Guadalajara. Most Toronto FC supporters spent Wednesday morning balancing confidence with the presumption of impending disappointment. You felt a comeback was possible, but didn't want to. It felt like Toronto FC could pull off an improbable result against an embattled Chivas side protecting a precarious 2-1 lead. It felt like TFC were just better. Hope and belief sometimes cloud reason. And it was unreasonable to believe the Reds, rife with injuries and playing yet another return leg in Mexico, could do what no Major League Soccer team has done before, win the CONCACAF Champions League. Toronto FC forward Sebastian Giovinco vies for the ball with Guadalajara midfielder Michael Perez during their CONCACAF Champions League second leg final at Akron Stadium in Guadalajara, Jalisco State, Mexico on April 25, 2018. Getty Images. But this wasn't Toronto FC, at least not anywhere near its first team. The injury concerns were drastic even before late-breaking news that Drew Moore would miss this final due to an injury suffered days earlier in training. Yet we felt it, that TFC could pull off the seemingly impossible with a lineup that didn't resemble the lineup that won the Reds everything last year. When Sebastian Giovinco put TFC in front 2-1 before halftime, it rattled the hosts, and confirmed our belief this group of players remains special. It confirmed Wednesday night was going to be special no matter the result, regardless of whether Marky Delgado finished what should have been the Champions League winning goal deep in stoppage time. It was the miss of a lifetime, a miss that sent this final where nobody wanted it to go, penalties. Greg Vanney, coach of Toronto FC, gives instructions to his players during the second leg match of the final between Chivas and Toronto FC as part of CONCACAF Champions League 2018 at Akron Stadium on April 25, 2018 in Zapopan, Mexico. Photo by Refugio Ruiz. Getty Images. The penalty spot hasn't been kind to Toronto FC in years and still isn't. Jonathan Osorio, so good throughout this tournament, struck the crossbar with TFC's second attempt. Michael Bradley failed to convert TFC's fourth attempt, giving Chivas the Champions League crown 4-2 on penalties after Alex Bono couldn't come up with a save. Some calling losing on penalties a coin flip. Whatever it is, it still feels like a loss in a tournament they were the best team in. The Reds played the right way in this competition amid stating their intention to reach this occasion, at Estadio Akron. They're brave enough to, perhaps, be wrong. I have a gut feeling we're going to turn this around, Drew Moore told the Toronto Sun on the eve of the club's biggest club match. He didn't know why. He didn't know if he'd be wrong or right. The fact many believed him shows TFC's unparalleled form has been so impressive, so special, so captivating, it's unlikely to be matched by another MLS team, at least not anytime soon. Burst Flowers. Toronto FC's Josie Altidore and Chivas goalie Rodolfo Cota exchange comments during the CONCACAF Champions League final soccer match in Guadalajara, Mexico, Wednesday, April 25, 2018. AP photo. Eduardo Verdugo. We've faced a lot of adversity. Moore added. We've played arguably the two best teams in CONCACAF, and beaten both. The Reds prepared to beat Tigres and Club America. They won the return leg here Wednesday night in a series that finished 3-3 on aggregate. They tailored preseason and their MLS season to reach a continental final, the biggest moment an MLS team can be and beyond the prospects of meeting a top UEFA side in the Club World Cup. In the end, people will make the assessment they want, TFC coach Greg Vanney said. But I couldn't be more proud of the way this group has navigated through this event. Unless you're with us on a daily basis, traveling, going through all the variables we've encountered after just 4 weeks of preseason, you don't really get the full extent of how grueling this event can be. Chivas holds the trophy aloft as they celebrate winning the CONCACAF Champions League final soccer match in Guadalajara, Mexico, Wednesday, April 25, 2018. Chivas defeated Toronto FC in a penalty shootout. AP photo. Eduardo Verdugo. The Reds became the first MLS side to eliminate two Liga MX teams in the same Champions League amid traversing 30,000 kilometers and featuring, sometimes at altitude, in temperatures ranging from 12°C to 35°C. They reached this final despite dealing with significant injuries to starters like Justin Morrow, Chris Mavinga and Victor Vasquez throughout this tournament. In truth, the Reds ran out of options. I'd venture to say in the history of this tournament no team has had a harder path to get to the final. Vanney said, adding TFC's path, its victories, its upsets to get so far commands respect. We'd been talking about this opportunity, this one night, this one game for a long time. Vanney finished. There was talk in the build-up to Wednesday night that TFC's run would be for naught if it didn't back up performances with a title. But one series, a goalkeeper error, a poor opening few moments against Chivas, a missed chance from Delgado, shouldn't undo what the Reds accomplished here. Not only has this run confirmed TFC's unmatched MLS quality, it has made the CONCACAF Champions League a marquee event. The excitement throughout the region leading up to Wednesday night should drown out the inevitable naysayers who will argue TFC's run, for whatever reason, wasn't special or didn't matter. "What kind of mentality is that?" Bradley responded pre-game. "That's a loser mentality. If that's the narrative, then that's the narrative. I have so little to add to that conversation. As competitors, you play what's in front of you. You relish every moment to step on the field and compete and to try and win and take what you do and make sure it holds up in the toughest, biggest moments. You hope that more times than not you come out a winner, because that's the ultimate. But when you're a competitor and a winner, you also understand there's always a loser, too. That can't scare you. That can't stop you. It shouldn't stop Toronto, the city, TFC supporters or the North American soccer community from respecting what the Reds did in this tournament. That pre-game feeling in Moore's Good was there for a reason. Only it wasn't expectation. It was pride.